Welcome to WiseUp University. It's your boy Josh Wise coming to you live and direct from WiseUp Fitness. I know it's been a while. I'm sorry. My creativity stalled. Life happens. But we back on track. We got a cool-ass series coming up, and it's called Inspiring Entrepreneur Series. And today we're talking about inspiring entrepreneur stories to get it started. This will be 7 episodes. This is 1 of 7. And today we got 2 crazy stories that I want to talk about. One is a personal story. The other is, he reminds me of what my brother could have been. But let's get this shit started. So the first one is Justin Phillips. Basically, one word to describe him is dream big. Well, that's 2 words, dream big. The reason why I chose Justin as one of the inspiring entrepreneurs, say that out loud, and you'll see that shit sucks. He is one of the co-founders of Support Black College. I don't know if you've seen it on the gram, like before, pre-COVID, Support Black College was all over the gram. It's like that 1990s Fresh Prince of Bel-Air feel. You probably seen Missy Elliott, even Marcella, I think that's her name. She was on American Next Top Model. You had Chris Paul, CP3. Who else was in it? I think I said Missy, Tiana Taylor. And she just wanted to divorce Amon Shumpert. However, you may probably seen him off the IG. He points up to the ceiling and be like, this is the hack of major brands like Dior, Louis Vuitton, how to make shoes. He basically is not being the gatekeeper. He's breaking down the gate and basically giving people the game to become successful in the e-commerce business. And the funny thing about him, I actually bought one of his courses. But prior to one of his courses, I found him with the second guest, which is Wallow 267. I probably heard of him. But let's get down to Justin. Now, Justin, when I say this man is so damn inspiring, I'm going to put my paper up because it's kind of personal, because I actually talked to him. I met him. I bought his course. I've seen this man go from selling candy in middle school to throwing parties in college to making $2,000 a month to making 6 figures a month. Just alone, I paid $6,000 for his course. And I guarantee when we get online, there's about 50 to 100 people online. Do the math. That's not even selling shirts. That was just his e-commerce course. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I want to read off some of his stats. This man has given out thousands of scholarships and donations. On top, he got 70 college ambassadors. He got a whole staff. Now, what makes him so cool is that 7% of his sales goes back to HBCUs. That's historically black colleges. Justin raised over $100,000 just off the release of Support Black Lives. That's when Black Lives Matter was at its highest. So he's already a dominant philanthropist. He's a servant leader. He's not doing it just for the gram. He's not doing it just for money. He's doing it to make an impact. And to me, to be so young, and to be so self-aware, and to be so selfless, it's inspiring as fuck for somebody like me, because at the end of the day, that's what I want to do. I want to give back to my community. I do want to give back to the people that helped me, that made me. And I do want to eliminate some pain points from the community that I serve. Now, just by raising that $100,000, he built partnerships. This is just a dude straight out of college. I think he went to Howard University. Came from Houston, went to Atlanta. But he had partnerships with Billboard, BET, MTV, Google, Shopify, and the NBA. I don't think you guys know. I think it was around 2021, I believe. He basically partnered up with the NBA to where he sold the shirts, but 100% of the shirts at the All-Star game was donated to CP3, Dwayne Wade, and Carmelo Anthony's social change fund. And that's based off communities of color and advocate for human rights for all black lives. And to me, that's super dope, because for somebody to be so small to get so big over the span of 7 to 8 years is very, very fucking inspiring. Be like, Josh, don't stop. Whoever's watching, don't stop. Because again, everybody got to start somewhere. The thing about entrepreneurship is you never know when you're going to get that yes. This man literally was broke. He moved from Houston to Atlanta, didn't have a dime to his name after he invested $10,000 into the actual business. His co-founder, his partner was Corey. I forgot his last name, but he's a successful entrepreneur as well. But I'm highlighting Justin because I paid Justin my $6,000 for my e-commerce course. So, but Corey's doing his thing too. Corey's probably bigger than Justin, I believe. I don't know. No shade. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. However, he sacrificed everything he had to develop the business. So he's living off $2,000 a month when the business got up and running. A couple months later or years, he went from 2,000 to 6 figures a month. Just imagine if you don't stop. So now, like Justin would say, the hardest part about the entrepreneurial journey is that it was just a relocation, like being disconnected with friends. Like going from I live with all my best friends to living alone, not knowing how I'm going to pay rent, to going from I have a job to I don't have a job. But a lot of entrepreneurs start like that. But the relocation I never felt. I did move out of my zip code from being in Oak Cliff, DeSoto, Capel, to moving to Arlington where I was alone. Because when you're alone, you focus, you self-reflect. And I believe once you self-reflect, you can come up with ideas that's not polluted by your peers and people not on the same page. And I feel like that aided Justin into finding Corey to developing his brand because he was all alone. And that's one thing that he mentioned in one of our talks, our weekly talks. I think he spent almost a whole day, maybe a week, a whole day on his back making a vision board like how can he win? And if you're struggling, it's maybe because you're trying to do too many things at one time. Find that one thing. And that one thing for him was shirts. Like he knew how to promote. He knew how to market. He knew how to get people in his shirts. Now, one of his proudest moments is freedom. He said to have the ability to be free to contribute to the HBCU community. And to me, that's just a true servant leader. So one of the key takeaways that I got from Justin was just dream big. Like you don't have to win today. Success is literally being consistent over time. If you can win today, you can win tomorrow. If you can win tomorrow, you can win the next day. So just find ways that you can win. Don't beat yourself up and have a vision. Like once you have that vision, like anything is possible. But if you don't get into the game, if you don't abide by your vision, you will always be on the backside, on the back end, or in the stands, either moping, crying, whining about the players that's playing. So for me, Justin, I appreciate you. I salute you. Like you true inspiration to me. One day I want to shake your hand. We both making 6 figures every month. Like that's my goal. So I appreciate you, big dog. Like a lot of people don't give people flowers, especially peers. I'm giving you flowers today. Good shit, big dog, for real. Now, story number 2, Wallow, 267. I don't think you guys even know some of these guys that I'm talking about, but I could have been like Elon Musk and Gary Vaynerchuk. Those are not relatable to me. I want to make this shit relatable to my guys who are 25 to 45 years old, who speaks the same language, who dress like me, who look like me, who walk like me. These guys look like me, walk like me, talk like me. They from the hood. I won't say from the hood. What Gilly is, I don't know about Justin's background, but he is from Houston. We from Dallas. That's pretty much the same kind of social structure. However, Wallow, the craziest thing about Wallow, he reminds me of my brother that passed. He's him and Gilly, his cousin. They developed a podcast called $1 Million Worth of Game. In one word to describe Wallow is resiliency. This man is probably 42, 43 years old from Philadelphia. He spent 20 years of his 43 years locked the fuck up. Like one of his favorite quotes. Like I'm gonna skip the overview. It says that where is it at? Damn. Oh, one of his famous lines is, "It costs too much to be a criminal." It costs too much to be a criminal. And what that means is basically don't let 5 minutes of doing something that you have no business doing or 5 minutes of emotionless to cost you 10, 15, 25 years down the line. Don't give 5 minutes to being a thug or having this perception of I gotta be a tough guy or I gotta get street cred. 2, I'm laying in a bunk or in a tank. The 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Just go in the closet, go in the bath, not even the bathroom, go in the closet and just lay there for an hour. Maybe you can't even last 5 minutes. So just imagine being stripped away from your freedom for all that time. But yet the inspiring thing about Wallow is this man has accumulated over $50 million to $100 million over the last, I think he got out 2017 over the last 7 years. That 5 minutes he took to get 20 years of prison time, it took him that 5 minutes to sign a $100 million deal. How'd he do it? This man became a social influencer with the contraband phone and a game plan. He lives his life and makes the most of every opportunity every single day with the fear of that he might go back to jail because he's still on probation for the next 27 years. That means he would basically get out probation when he turns 68 years old. I got a scripture on my back that says, be then very careful how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the most of every opportunity. And with that said, Wallow is living that scripture by making the most of every opportunity. When they signed that deal with Barstool, I remember watching it on Instagram, Gilly sitting there crying. That Gilly used to be a rapper for, I think not Cash Money, but I forgot. But he used to be a prominent rapper, had movies and stuff like that. But Wallow, he was locked up. There's people who still locked up mentally that's fully capable of doing the same things he's doing, but they're not making any changes to grow or to develop themselves or to adapt to the market and change. Wallow had a game plan when he got out of the penitentiary. A lot of you guys are locked up mentally, and to see a man like Wallow doing this straight out of jail, it hits me home to where I got to get up off my ass and work 10 times harder because I'm free. I've been free. He came out and ran circles around the whole USA, even the whole world, to sign a $100 million deal. To me, that's so touching, so inspiring because my brother did time. But my brother did time, got out, ended up getting his own tattoo polish. And to me, that was honorable because my brother did not stop. But once he lost it, the dream died. But Wallow is not letting it die. He became a social influence. He became a role model. He became a community resource. I see him in juveniles and in jail. I'm seeing him connect rappers to other rappers. Like, the shit is mind-boggling to see his influence over the community, especially the black community. So Wallow, I salute you. One day, probably within the next 2 to 3 years, I will be on $1 million with the game. I ain't gonna bring 1 million, 2 million like Dirk and them, but I will bring a lot of game to complement the game that you're giving these kids, these young adults, these rappers, in our community. Like, I salute motherfuckers who drive self-awareness. You, Gilly, y'all are authentic, transparent. Y'all show a lot of empathy, but y'all do that shit in the most funniest, honorable way, and I salute that shit. So now I just finished up with Wallow and Justin. Again, follow these two influential characters in the entrepreneur world. Remember, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. And if you do follow, make sure you tell them to reach out, like tag them in this video. Like, I want to get on, I want to shake their hands. I want to rub my elbows with the giants. Like, I wouldn't be me without you, just like they wouldn't be them without me. Like, I support them too. You guys support me. Everybody wins. Like, I can't do this without y'all. Please be active, comment, like, subscribe. Help me help you. I'm going to see you at the top.